Well, hello and welcome to Creative Instruct. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about real estate efficiency and Google. Now, in order to begin, I just want to share something that Charles Darwin mentioned. He's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. He's the one most able to adapt to change. And that's from the theory of evolution. The keyword of the day, it's evolution. For all of us out there, IT people, we need to adapt in order to get a new job in case we've been recently laid off, or put up with some new office policies in case we still have an office to go to. The layoff tornado happening in tech shows how things can turn around so quickly. People who were with large companies for more than 10 years even wake up to realize that what they considered a safe haven in terms of job security ends up crashing due to the market's pressure and due to the investors. We talked about numbers in the beginning of this year on what's happening at Twitter, Meta, but what about Google? Seems they took a couple of measures that prove unpopular with their workforce. I will share with you what exactly is happening over there, which team was impacted, and some of my personal thoughts. Before we jump in, I want you to have a look at a couple of images showcasing Google offices around the world. They do look amazing, and many would probably only dream of having access over there. After all, they're fun, welcoming, packed with goodies and free snacks, the type of office you want to go back to or stay as long as possible, right? It's more than an office, it's a lifestyle. So here's the article. Google asked some employees to share desks amid office downsizing. Employees are encouraged to alter the days in which they come into the office, either Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. A pattern which we know it by now as the hybrid model. Who actually gets to be impacted? The cloud employees, which make up like 25% of the full-time employees at Google. 5 main locations, across US, and that's Kirkland, Washington, New York City, San Francisco, Seattle, and Sunnyvale, California. They mentioned that it is not just a pilot project, this is actually here to stay, and it's going to be a matching process. The employees will need to agree on a basic desk setup. I love the name they gave it. The leadership has given this sitting arrangement a title, Cloud Office Evolution. And I was telling you that today, it's about evolution, Charles Darwin, or Chloe. Okay, now from the employee side, they're kind of making fun of this thing, and they're saying that not every cost-cutting measure needs to be mangled into sounding good for employees. They kind of make fun of it, and they say that it would have been simpler from the top management to say, hey, we are cutting office space to reduce costs. Would make it sound more believable. Employees at those teams will be labeled as neighborhoods, and each neighborhood will have a vice president or director, someone who needs to oversee and mediate the desk sharing and the rotation of the employees. At the end of the day, hey, the desks will be sanitized, so they should be safe. Oh well, that's the whole trend nowadays: ride sharing, flat sharing, and desk sharing. In some cultures, it's natural to share, or if you might have been part of a larger family with plenty of brothers or sisters, cousins, it might be rooted in you. Others are more territorial. They have a clear and strict boundaries, and they won't embrace this idea immediately. Try to look at it differently. If that annoying colleague, the one that nobody likes, uses the desk in the days you're out, you're remote, you should be happy you don't have to see them that often. On the other hand, if someone whom you get along with uses the desk, it shouldn't be a problem. At the end of the day, both of you are there to make a living. In the end, the desk is not your property, it belongs to the company, and still it's better if I would compare it with my high school years. In the computer science lab, we were like 2 or 3 students sitting at the same workstation. I believe we were doing what now people call peer programming. Real estate is overpriced all around the world, and even large companies need to reconsider their costs. Hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and do feel free to leave a comment and tell me what do you think of this new rule Google is implementing. I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao.